This
All
meeting is
right,
being recorded.
let's talk about the Ethos IUL. We are almost a year and a half into this product, and we've seen tremendous growth with this product. And I really do think that we have one of the best simplified issue IUL products in the marketplace. All right, so with Ethos IUL, we really want you to focus more on selling what you do best. You sell life insurance, that's your bread and butter. We don't want you to focus on the software and the illustrations and really not being comfortable with what you're designing for your clients. All right, so that's why we built a seamless one stop shop for everything IUL. All right. So from the time that you start the quote for your client by entering the basic information like their gender, date of birth, things like that, to the time that you do the illustration that populates, um, then the application, all the way to signing that signature. All right. It's in one single platform and it's super easy and you can do it in less than 10 minutes. All right, so we also have 5 different policy designs that you can choose from, including our Smart Solve, which is where you're just going to solve for either coverage amount or maybe your client has a premium monthly budget that they want to stay under. So you can use that Smart Solve option as well. And you can sell this product anywhere instantly. Doesn't matter if you're kneecap to kneecap in the home or if you are doing telesales via the phone or Zoom. You can use this product anywhere and everywhere and protect more clients. All right. We've already talked about this, but the IUL is 100% bonusable. You are going to get paid next day after the effective date once that premium clears the client's bank account. All right. And you'll be able to track that in real time in your agent portal, just like you do with every other product that we have. All right, so why would you choose Ethos IUL? Just a couple quick points here. Number one, you're going to be able to reach more clients with a higher face amount. All right, so we're going to go up to $1 million in max coverage. For a simplified issue product, that's pretty sweet. All right, that's typically 3x the amount of coverage that some of the other competitors that you're using today will offer you. All right, so don't forget that being able to reach more clients, higher net worth clients with that $1 million max face amount is huge. Also, we're not just going to give them a policy that gains cash value and has a death benefit attached to it. We're going to offer them living benefits at no cost included in the policy. All right, so that's what we call our Care for Life Accelerated Death Benefit Rider. We also have a lifetime income rider that's attached with that, and then our Ethos Perks rider, which is going to be the estate planning tools that we'll talk about later. But all of this is included into the IUL. All right, so there's some additional riders that you can add on, such as disability and accidental death, if you choose to. We built this amazing product with the insurance company by the name of Emeritus. So they have a tremendous amount of history in the life insurance space. They've got, they're A+ rated. They pay their claims out on time. And, we've only been around since 2016, but we have tremendous amounts of technology and we've spent a lot of money doing so. All right. So with our technology and, the financial backing of Emeritus, we feel like we built one of the best simplified issue IULs in the marketplace. When we go under the hood just a little bit to look at some of the product specs that this IUL offers, like I said previously, we're going to go up to $1 million in max face. But as those clients get a little bit older, we're going to go up to age 65. As they get a little bit older, that coverage amount is going to decrease just a little bit. So you can see 51 to 60 is half a million. And then when you get up there to 61, 65, it's going to decrease to about 350,000. We have multiple different rate classes. All right, so this is huge. A lot of other carriers only have, you know, a standard or non-standard, whatever the case may be. And there's really not much room, not much buffer for your clients to get approved for that IUL. Now, with the Ethos IUL, you may have an unhealthy client that can still get approved for an IUL and still have their policy gain cash value while doing so. All right, so we're going to be able to accept more clients by having these multiple different rate classes and table ratings. We're still currently waiting on the regulators in California. So this product is available in every state except California, and we will more than likely not do business in the state of New York. All right. So not only is there multiple different rate classes, we have multiple different accounts that you can choose from on how you want your client's policy um, to work during the lifetime of that policy. So we have 6 different accounts you can choose from. We have 2 S&P index accounts. We have 3 volatility control accounts, and then we have 1 fixed account that kind of acts like a savings account. We've already talked about the living benefits. We're going to be able to cover 18 different qualifying conditions in the critical, chronic, and terminal conditions. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get back into it. Nothing like an agent needing help during a live presentation. We do have the lifetime income rider that is available for your clients to start, receiving distributions at the time of retirement. There is a one-time activation fee on that, but that option is available for your clients as well. All right, so when we look at the living benefits for the Ethos IUL, like I said, we have critical, chronic, and terminal illness riders. For the critical illness, we're going to be able, the client's going to be able to access up to 25% of the death benefit. All right, so if they're approved for $1 million IUL, if they get diagnosed, heaven forbid, with a critical illness, cancer, heart attack, stroke, things of that nature, they're going to be able to access 25% of that $1 million face amount. All right. Chronic illness, if they're diagnosed with something where they're unable to perform 2 of the daily living activities for 90 days or more, they're going to be able to access 50%. So they would be able to access $500,000 of their policy. All right. Same for terminal, set up to 75% of that death benefit if they're expected to live less than 12 months. All right, so how do you sell this product? Number one, you must be life licensed in the state in which you're trying to do business with the Ethos IUL. Number two, you must be contracted and appointed by Emeritus before you start selling the product. If you're not contracted, once you log into your agent portal with Ethos and you go to quote the product, you're going to see a red box at the bottom of your screen. All right, it's going to say request contracting. You need to click that button, and then you need to reach out to your contracting department. If you don't know who that is, Eric definitely knows who that is. And you want to reach out to them and request that you be contracted for the Ethos IUL. Once you do that, you should expect an email in your inbox via SureLC, and you're going to complete the Emeritus contracting paperwork. All right. Once you complete the paperwork, Emeritus will review your contract, and if you're approved, you'll get a follow-up email with an Emeritus routing code. All right. Once you receive that routing code, you're going to be good to go to do business with Ethos IUL. All right. Now, let's say you have a client today, you're meeting with them, and you know that you're going to sell them an IUL. All right. You've learned about the Ethos IUL and you want to write them an Ethos IUL, but you're not contracted. You can still go through the quote and the illustration and the application all the way up to the point where you're about to submit, even if you're not contracted. All right. So just make sure you're aware of that. If you're not contracted, you can go pretty much through the whole application process without submitting, as long as you're not in the state of Pennsylvania. All right. But the key here is to make sure that you are contracted and you do have that routing code from Emeritus. All right, so this screen right here is my favorite. It really shows how we are different than some of the other competitors in the marketplace when it comes to simplified issue IUL. You can see here that there may be another carrier that has a fast and simple platform. Technology is evolving. They're going to try to compete to be fast and simple. But when we look at all the other boxes, Ethos is the one that really is able to check all the boxes. All right. So when it comes to instant underwriting, um, we have multiple different underwriting decisions for your clients. Being able to go up to $1 million, multiple different case designs for your clients. We have lower policy charges. That's something that you want to take into consideration when you're selling this product. Multiple different index options for your clients, living benefits, and then every policy comes with a personalized client report so they can see exactly what they're purchasing and feel confident in what they're purchasing as well. All right, we've just launched this feature. I believe it was a couple weeks ago, actually. So I'm not sure if many agents are aware of this, um, but we now have two products in one sale. So if you have an IUL, policy that you get approved with a client, before you check out with that client, you're going to have the option to add additional term insurance with living benefits in that policy. All right. You don't have to do another application. You don't have to do additional underwriting. All you have to do is move your cursor and select a box. All right. What that's going to do is it's going to allow your clients to have an IUL policy and then a term living benefits policy in one complete sale. All right. This is huge for especially those max accumulation policies where the death benefit is going to be significantly lower. That way, all the premiums are going towards building that cash value. You can add on an additional term policy to cover their mortgage or replace their income, whatever the case may be. And they're going to have two policies with two separate living benefits that they can pull from. All right. So that's huge. Um, some other key benefits is, like I said previously, there's no additional underwriting, so the client really doesn't have to do nothing or answer any more questions that you have for them. You, as the agent, you can sell two policies in the same amount of time that it takes to sell one. This is also going to improve your persistency. All right, this is something huge that not only FFL has been focusing on, but also us here at Ethos. When you're doing this and you're adding that on to your clients, they're going to know that they have two separate policies with you, and the likelihood of them canceling is going to be significantly lower if they have multiple policies. All right. They're going to have two policies by the same carrier, so it just builds that trust and reputation that they're with an A+ rated carrier. All right. I'm going to pause to see if there's any questions in the chat about IUL before I keep moving. All right, I don't see any questions, so that's a good thing. All right, so we've talked about IUL. Now we're going to go into that term with living benefits that you can now add on with your IUL policies that are approved. So when we talk about the term with living benefits, we've kind of evolved this product. All right, so it's still with Emeritus. It's going to cover 18 different living benefits that your clients may experience during the lifetime of the policy. It's also going to go up to $1 million in max face. You can access the product through your direct tile, where you can quote specifically for this product, or your clients can be approved for it by just going through the traditional underwriting waterfall. All right, multiple different rate classes, including table ratings 1 to 10. All right, so good to moderate risk classes. It's going to be about 90% instant decision for this product. The age range is going to be 20 to 65, same as IUL. And you can see there the term length and the face amount as your clients get older, that is going to decrease just a little bit. Right now, when we talk about living benefits, the actual piece of this product, it is a little bit different than IUL. All right, so it's not going to be stair-stepped as far as 25%, 50%, and 75%. It's going to be straight up 90% of the death benefit for any qualifying condition. All right, so critical, chronic, and terminal, the client's going to be able to accelerate up to 90% of the death benefit, depending on any of the qualifying conditions that they have. All right, so when you're looking to find the right path for your client, You really need to figure out what's most important to them. I know a lot of agents will, use a needs analysis or their target marketing a certain lead type. But with Ethos, we're going to be able to help direct you in what your client's looking for. All right. So if you know that your client, is looking to, access some of those funds, even if they don't pass away, then, you'll know to go with the Ethos term choice, which is the one with living benefits. We're not going to talk about it today, but if your client is, asking, hey, can I get the money back if I don't pass away in 30 years? Sure. You direct them to the John Hancock simple term with vitality and ROP. All right. If you are, contracted with that product, you'll see that in your portal as well. If your client's really concerned about price and they're pretty healthy, then you're going to take them to our term offering. It doesn't have living benefits, but we have term ranges from 10 years all the way up to 40 now. All right. So you can get those healthy clients, especially the ones that are a little bit younger in age, 10-year term all the way to 40-year term with that Ethos term prime. All right. Same if they want a higher face amount. The Ethos term prime is going to be the great option for them. And if you really are unsure what your client wants, and they are too, maybe they're like, hey, Eric, I have XYZ medication. I'm really not sure I'm going to be approved for life insurance, but I would like to see, what's the best thing that I can get with Ethos? All right. You're just going to go to the term life and you're going to hit start application. All right. That's what we call our waterfall. All right. So once you're answering those underwriting questions with your client, our underwriting engine is going to place them in the best possible product that they can get approved for. All right. So it takes all the hard work as far as quoting and figuring out which product. You're just going to let the underwriting engine do all the hard work. All right, through stage. We don't have many slides on this, but the material is, just product driven. All right, we have three different True Stage products in our portfolio. Number one is the True Stage Term Life. All right, we've seen this product pick up actually quite a bit, more frequently. The coverage is going to go up to 300,000, age range 20 to 69. However, the premiums do increase for your clients every 5 attained ages. All right. So when your clients turn an age that ends in 0 or 5, those premiums are going to increase to that new attained age. All right. And you may be like, why would I ever, ever, ever sell that product? Well, I don't know about you, but we've always had, these clients that are dead set on getting term insurance, and it's always the ones that are pretty unhealthy too. They're like, I don't want whole life, I want term insurance. All right, so maybe they have a health condition that's, within that 10-year look back, but it's on the 8th year or the 9th year, and they want term insurance now. This is going to be that product for them. All right, they can get up to 300,000. They can have a policy in place. And then if they have that condition that's outside of that 10-year look back, then you can do a policy review and see if they can get approved for a better term offering. All right. Next, we have our True Stage Advantage whole life product. This is an amazing final expense product. It goes up to 100,000 in coverage. Issue ages are 20 to 85. Same thing as the clients a little bit older in age. You can see that coverage amount decreases a little bit. Level premiums, 100% instant decision, and there's only 8 questions on the application. All right, that's huge. Should be super simple, an easy sell for you as the agent. But not only that, we're going to continue to reward you for selling this product. All right, we've just increased the compensation for this product by 30 percentage points. All right, so if you go check your agent portal, go to the earnings tab, you can see what your new compensation rate is for the True Stage Whole Life. All right, last but not least, we have our traditional guaranteed acceptance whole life product. Coverage is going to go up to 20,000. If your client does pass away in those first 2 years, the beneficiary will get all of those premiums back plus 10%. All right. Now, last but not least, we have the Ethos Estate Planning Tools. All right. This is available this is available for all policyholders that you bring to Ethos. Right now, who qualifies for it? Like I said, all the agent or all the clients that you sell a policy to, it cannot be sold as a standalone product. All right. So if their, life insurance needs are met, you call up a lead and you review what they have in life insurance and you cannot replace it. But they have a need of estate planning. All right, then you can let them know that, hey, all you need is a $20 a month policy and you're going to be able to get these estate planning tools. Are you interested? All right. The client cannot reside in South Carolina or South Dakota and Washington. Now, you can see the difference in this compared to some of the other, outlets that clients can purchase, a will and trust from. With Ethos, we're offering it for nothing. All right. All they have to do is purchase a life insurance policy and they get access to all of the estate planning tools, living will, power of attorney, healthcare directive. All of those many things are bundled into one. If they were to go outside of Ethos to a traditional lawyer, depending on the state that they reside in, it could be upwards of $2,500. All right, we've seen some of these new tech companies, Trust and Will, LegalZoom. They're still going to be paying a substantial price for these documents. All right, that is that is all I have on the presentation. I do have a couple documents that I do want to drop into the chat. It's going to provide additional resources for you. One being the IUL, the term of living benefits, and then the true stage underwriting guidelines. That way you can save all three of those. And if you have any additional questions or want to read through some of the material, you'll have access to those documents and won't have to be hunting on the agent portal to find that information.
So, hey, Landon, I did have a couple questions for you. One was just in terms of products and stuff like that. So when I logged into my portal, I see these options, right? Are there any other options that should be turned on that aren't turned on, like depending on the different agents that we have and their different hierarchies?
The only one I do not see on here is John Hancock. That product we didn't go over. If there's an agent that's on the call that's interested in that, you can reach out to us and we'll see if you're on the no list. As many of you know, FFL and John Hancock, went away as far as partners. So we partner with John Hancock to deliver the same product that you used to sell. However, John Hancock had the final say in who they would contract for this product. So we need to see if you're on the no list first. If you are, you can be reconsidered for that. But if you're not on the no list, we need to get you contracted so you'll see the tile in your portal.
Okay, and it would just be an extra tile basically right here.
Yep.
Yep. I am good on Hancock, so my portal is just the way I want it to be. That's great. Did anybody else have any other questions around that or anything else? No? Okay, so then I had one more. So I'm a Ethos policyholder myself. Since I went through here and wrote an app on myself as like a first run year or two ago. If I want to take advantage of like the will and the stuff like that, like how do I do that?
Yeah, so a couple different ways. Number one, after you sign up for the policy, we're going to start sending those mass marketing emails, and it's going to be like, hey, have you completed your estate planning tools? Have you accessed your will? So the client's going to get bombarded with marketing campaigns. Number two is logging in through your client admin portal. All right, so every policyholder will have a username and a login, just like you do as the agent, and they can log into that client-facing admin portal, and they can see all of the different information about their policy. They can update payment information, change the beneficiary, and also access those estate planning tools.
Okay, very cool. I'll go look that up. It's probably my trash folder.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
thing to note, once you have those documents, in there, you'll have to print them off, sign them, and I believe you'll have to get them notarized to be official, but all the hard work's done as far as, the cost of accessing those documents.
Well, that's terrific. So the wife and I literally were just talking about that. So we'll go through and use y'all's first, and then I'll report back to you guys and tell you how the experience was. But that's actually, I totally forgot you guys had that. So I'm glad you brought that up. That just saved $1,200.
Okay.
Who said these calls weren't valuable? So
That's right. You
uh,
always learn something.
that's right, man. All right. Well, hey, I went through here. I think hopefully everybody got your 3 links. If not, I've copied them out and I'll put them up with the recording, everybody. Raina, did you have a question?
You were just mentioning about having access to that information for like the estate planning tools, but is it because you personally have a policy with Ethos right now? So I guess my question for Landon, how can we experience it kind of like a sandbox way to go through it so that we can take a look? That way we can explain it to our clients. Hey, this is what you're going to receive. This is what it looks like. Do you have something like that?
I am glad you asked that. Um, there's actually a video that we put together. Actually, first, let me see as the agent if you would be able to find this information out through the agent portal. So let's do this together. That's a fantastic question. Um, all right, so I'm in the agent resource center here. Hold on, got to get all these screens out of the way. All right, so let's go down here to estate planning. Let's see what this shows. All right, so that's just a one pager. This one is a sales guide. Okay, this is what you're looking for right here. All right, the video, this is all the information about the estate planning tools. If you need to educate them a little bit on it, I actually pulled that same, slide there in my presentation. And then at the end, there's screenshots of what, email communications they're going to receive. So you know exactly what they look like. This is what the admin port or the client facing portal looks like. They have their policy number, says activate estate planning. They have a spouse calculator if they want to get a policy. And then here at the end, there's a video that you can watch. And this is exactly what they will see once they log in. So you can explain this to them in detail. Yeah, and I'm going to drop that link here in the Zoom chat as well. This is all things estate planning.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
Question about
Jose, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Spanish marketing materials. I know we were working on that because we are going to be launching I-10. Hopefully we're going to get that launched before convention. But I know that is coming for that market. But as far as marketing materials, I know they were working on it, but I'm not sure if they've actually uploaded them. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to the Agent Resource Center and type in, all right, Spanish client fact sheets. All right, it looks like we do have them in there. All right, so boom, the Agent Resource Center should be your best friend when coming to Ethos. There's a lot of information, so all you need to do, go to the Agent Resource Center, start typing in Spanish, and then it has Spanish client fact sheets, and it has 4 different documents that we have available for you as of now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Another question from Collins says, how do you know you're contracted with all carriers? All right, so forget about IUL. All the other products, you will not be contracted until you sell your first policy. All right, so it's on-time appointment process. You do need to make sure you've sold your first policy, first term policy with LGA, a term policy with Emeritus, and a true stage policy. All right, those are going to be on time. For IUL, you need to be contracted before you make that first sale. Hopefully that answers your question. Perfect. Any other questions? Maybe even some feedback. If we've got some agents on here that are consistent ethos writers, any feedback is valuable for me, whether it's good or bad. I am all ears and always open to feedback so we can help, make the process better for you as agents.
So I love a lot of things about Ethos, and I've done a good amount of business with them. My one question, which not so negative, but more looking for a positive outcome from, what is a good way for us to get accurate information from customer service when calling them to get like answers to things and stuff like that? Is there any way, or is it better to email someone, or is there some way to be able to get a better experience in that area?
Yeah. So my short take on that is if it's something basic, all right, if it's like, hey, I need to do XYZ and update this client's information, or I need to update my agent email address, or if it's something basic, and as the agent, you should kind of gauge kind of what questions you have or issues that you have with a policyholder or a potential client. If it's something basic, I recommend going to customer service. You can call them at the support number or email them at agents@getethos.com. All right. We also have, let me share my screen. We also have this pretty cool chat bot. All right. This is also going to be very, very helpful for basic questions that you have. All right. If it's like sending out an additional ETI for an IUL client, if it's, you can see here, compensation questions. All right. You can also use the chat bot. If you have a client on the line and you need immediate help, I will give you my email address, and I definitely recommend reaching out to me if there's like something a little bit more urgent or something that's more in depth. Then you can reach out to me directly and I'll be glad to help you.
Thank you very much.
Does that help?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Yep. All right, so I just dropped my email address there into the chat. If you do have any questions or issues that arise, feel free to reach out to me directly, and I'll be glad to help you out. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you too, man, and all the rest of y'all.